active, and you sleep in another bed, and
yeah, when they're basically adults, because one's 18 and the other's 19.
And coming to work with lunch and like acting like a dude about your friend.
Acting like it's a fucking conquest instead of a friend.
Basically acting like how a
25,
more like a college male, like you said, 25-year-old college male or something. And if you had
with an 18-year-old girlfriend.
Exactly. How that would be, like, you know, he'd come around to school and it's like a movie, you know. In a movie you always see like the guy, it's always the nerdy guy likes the really beautiful girl and she's got a douchey boyfriend, but she's good at heart, man. And then like he comes by, sees this girl, and he's like,
and display ownership.
Let's go, babe. And then the nerdy guy's just standing around. He's just like, get out here, you queer. You know what I mean? Like, you'd see that shit in the movie, right?
Yeah.
And that's how she acted. Like, hey, babe, I bought you lunch. Pretty much.
Bring her, yeah,
And then sit around and wait for her to get off work so you can drive her home. And, like, fucking
oh, yeah, I forgot about
the lunch break and just sit around.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, this person, the clam master, would come into the workplace and basically give all this attention and like lean over the partition for the register and watch this girl, like how I used to see how guys would do to their younger girlfriends.
Yeah, it's literally how at Wendy's I'd see either both ways. I'd see a chick's boyfriend come in, or I'd see a guy's girlfriend come in, and they would act the same way, like, oh,
display ownership.
No, but there's not necessarily ownership, but because there's two different, you know. But like, they would. There's, you know, it's like a feeling that you can see that they're there to.
A type of interaction.
Yeah, but it's more than just like, I want to order this food.
Oh yeah, it's because the clam master, what she'd do is she would come in and she'd also like basically volunteer, like how my former owner did, to keep an eye on her property, which is this girl that me and you, Dylan, you know, had feelings for, and that sort of thing. And the interesting thing is, even though you and I both wanted her, we didn't fight over, or we didn't try to compete or anything. We're both like, well, if you want her, you can have her. And then you know, like you're like, well, if you want her, you can have her. And it's like basically we don't care which one of us gets her and all that. You know, it's like it's not something to become enemies over. But yeah, Clam Master, oh, when she found out that both of us was interested in her girl, oh man, that, you know, it's always a fucking crime. And then all these rumors get spread about us and all this shit. And the next thing you know, the girl's mom comes in and says, well, if he knows it's good for him, he better leave my 19-year-old daughter alone. And just has this big show of fucking force and basically like psychological and emotional intimidation upon me and all that. And this is after I left the girl alone and then ignored her and then unfriended her on Facebook and then blocked her. And all this shit already like basically broke the connection and destroyed the bridge between me and this girl. And that wasn't even good enough. And it's like they didn't even know that happened. They come into my workplace and then try to get me fucking fired. And then the other person's mom tried to get me fired on multiple occasions. And also there's part of the reason why this person tried to get me fired is because she herself didn't have a job, and she didn't think it was fair that I got to keep my job despite being interested in this coworker. And yet this person lost their job for, you know, one of the moms lost her job for whatever reason. So it's like, oh, the economy's bad and I'm having a tough time and, oh, I don't got a job. Why should that asshole keep his job? Man. I'm just fucking sick of this petty fucking bullshit. You know how old this woman is that did that petty bullshit? She was 51 years old. You know what I'm saying? She ain't even fucking grow up yet. I'm sick of this shit.
Pretty ridiculous.
I mean, it is. And now this chick that you and I both wanted, we don't even want her now. And, like, she's damaged goods. And, I mean, she's so pathetic. She's had so many opportunities to get out of that household that she bitches about all the time. Both of us were willing to spend money on her and help her out and all this kind of thing. And we were both nice to her and all that. And, like, because I guess we thought that was our, like, purpose in life or some shit or whatever. And, like, that's how we feel that we have some purpose in life and some self-value, sense of self-worth or something like that. Would you say that's accurate?
No.
Why is that
Maybe
not
back then?
Yeah, back then, yes. I mean, now, obviously, you know, we know better. But back then, in 2011, would you say that was accurate?
It wasn't my first life. I just want to get laid. I know you thought she was gonna move in and like play video games and shit with you, but that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't even get her to come over for a fucking pizza party and play video games. Play fucking video games because I like to play old Super Nintendo games and stuff that was about the same age as her, and that sort of thing. And, I mean, really, like, basically looking for friendship first. Because there was a time in my life when even the simplest interactions, just friendly interaction, just being a friend, or even having a conversation with a woman, made me feel kind of complete and made me feel like I was worth something. And then, I mean, I try to seek that, you know, and then... Oh, and I'm a fucking creep for doing that? I mean, like, some chicks, you know, you kind of don't want to get in their pants because they're not 100% appealing, but, you know, you find something, some common interest that kind of makes you want to be around them or whatever. Oh, but no, all men are stalker rapists, abusive assholes, and man, let's hate men. Oh, you're looking up that story to see what happened?
Yeah, apparently this is fairly recent, I guess, but apparently he had a sexual misconduct charge from like 1998. I guess he got a blowjob from someone underage, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it says another, maybe it's the same one. Then it says okay, then he had another thing from 1998 where he fucked someone who was 17, and I think they're, I don't know, and he was, yeah, there's this sex charge, I don't know, whatever.
Are they trying to make the case that he's like a serial pedophile or some shit?
What if he is? That's what I'm saying. Apparently he is. Are you saying he shouldn't, you know, be punished for that?
No, I'm saying, like, is he that or is he not?
Well, I mean, he has 2 cases of sexual misconduct with minors, so I'd say that's definitely a pattern.
That article's from May of 2012. Well, I mean, like... If he did do it, and yeah, we agree it's wrong, but then in the light of, like, all these women doing it and all that...
No, I'm not saying that, but the...
I mean, how can I...
It's still wrong, but those are separate from what he's doing with this bitch. And they're judging it as if it's the same thing, which it's not. It's like, I don't know if they're still... I still don't know if that he did, whenever they did start fucking, but if the story is true and he got with her after she was 18... then there's nothing we can do about it, and it's no big fucking deal, like, and they make a huge deal of it. It's like, if she was stupid enough to get involved with a fucking sexual predator or whatever. The other thing is, how is he a teacher? If he is apparently, you know, whatever these charges are, they don't go into enough depth to tell you much, but, I mean, wouldn't they fucking screen you about that?
Oh, yeah, to school, yeah, you gotta have a pretty clean record to, like, you know...
I wonder how...
Because that's also a government job.
Yeah, I don't know, that's what I don't get, like, how he even got... Basically, I look at it, he's fucked up because he fucks with kids or whatever in the past. But this situation, if you take it at face value, because they don't know on the show, and so far, and there's like, I don't think there's any proof that he did get with her before a certain time, or whatever, or he'd be in more trouble, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he got with her after he was 18. This is pointless.
Maybe that's why.
If anything, they should have brought him in by himself and be like, "You're a pedophile."
Well, you know, you can see by the way Dr. Phil just tries to hammer him and all that.
Oh yeah,
with all this little petty shit.
Yeah, he's bullying him, which is ridiculous because like, yeah, he's fucked up, but it's like, this isn't the same goddamn thing. You can't, like, basically he knows he's guilty for other things, so he's gonna give him a hard time with this, even though there's nothing.
Well, my point is, if this guy had all this criminal record and it was all known and all that, and then Dr. Phil had access to it and all that, then Dr. Phil would be hammering on all that shit instead of having to go with all this little stupid petty stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't know this guy, so I don't know if it's true or not. But then if it is true, I mean, how can we treat it like it's some horrible crime when women do it every damn day?
Oh, I know.
I mean, it is wrong, and nobody should be doing it.
I'm just saying, like, he's not innocent, and he shouldn't be treated as such, but he's also not a special fucking case just because he's a dude.
Yeah.
Like, no, women do the same goddamn thing.
Yeah. So if we're going to have...
If you're going to think this guy's fucked up and creepy, then you should think women are fucked up and creepy too.
Exactly. A universal standard, you know, and I mean, but we don't seem to think women are creepy, so why should we think this guy's creepy? I mean, you know, both, you know, women sex offenders and men sex offenders both do the same thing. They sex offend and all that, so like, you know, if it seems to be less wrong when a woman does it, then maybe it should be less wrong when a man does it. Or if it's bad when a man does it, maybe it is bad. Maybe it should be bad when a woman does it.
Yep. God damn, it's taking forever to transfer.
Oh, I know. When you like flash drives, like it's when you do like if you go to transfer one big file with them, they seem to do all right because it's like the way that they address their cells or something. But then when it's like it's really bad when there's like a bunch of small files because it seems to take forever.
Yeah, all those videos. It's almost 9 gigs for those videos, but I got all of them now. You know that the other day I had this extension, like USB extension or whatever, just because it's easy to plug stuff into, you know.
I think I know. I use one for my Blu-ray player sometimes.
But it was like this long. You should have seen how long it made the transfers take. Because like I was, for instance, I had the extension was like this long, and then I had my iPod cord, which is like this long, plugged into that.
Yeah.
And I was like update my iPod, and it was taking forever. So I turned it off. I took the cords out and just plugged in the iPod cord, and it was done in like literally less than a minute. It took like 20 minutes to get like 4 songs out of 70. And then after I unplugged the cords and just plugged in regular
and started it all completely fresh again?
Yeah, it just went like that. Like, it makes that much of a difference, apparently.
Well, like, you know, what the design of these cables, it's all about how it preserves the signal. And if there's a loss, then, you know, with digital transfers, if there's a loss, then it has to be retransmitted again. And it has to try until it gets it right. And that can be a factor in which it takes it takes more time. You know, the difference between a USB 1.1 cable and a USB 2.0 cable, I mean, they're both made out of the same material, metal and plastic, you know. But you know, in how they, you know, the electrical tolerances and the electrical characteristics of the cable is what differentiates them. Okay, for example, the difference between RG59 coax and RG6, they're both coax. They both do the same thing. They can both be plugged up to the same stuff. The difference is the RG6 has a bigger center post, you know, that metal wire in the center. And it has a lot better, and the RG6 has a lot better shield on the outer, you know.
Let's put these beaks.
And it preserves the signal, and you need RG6 if you're going to do digital transfers. and it'll do anything RG59 will do, but it'll preserve the signal under much more harsh electromagnetic interference conditions and all that. And you know, that's one. Okay, go pet Beaks.
As Jordan's mother, I'm absolutely livid. He's having sex with my daughter. He's a sexual predator. I think he groomed her for this. He met her when she was 14 years old, a young girl. He didn't just meet her this year randomly. He was in a position of authority. I believe he abused his authority morally, ethically, and I believe criminally. He knew better than to do this.
Well, her daughter seems to be interested in the guy.
Well, she's been brainwashed over the course of 4 years.
What does that say about the girl? That she's not very mentally capable.
Now, no, well, you don't blame the victim now, man.
Oh, we do when it's a male.
Exactly. I mean, that bitch on the other video seemed to think it was pretty funny whenever, you know, a male tries to complain about sexual harassment. Maybe we should just laugh at every woman who complains about their, you know, supposed encounters. And,
well, hell,
sexual harassment.
How about Sharon Osbourne? She laughed about this guy who got his penis chopped off.
We all know that.
And all he did to bring that on himself was he just asked for a divorce. And then Catherine Q. Becker thought, oh, how dare this man try to leave me? Your slave better not walk off the plantation. I'll cut his dick off.
Pretty much.
Alright, praise be, child.
Right now, my mom is pretty
Full
mad.
screen.
Well, she's certainly out to smear me to make sure that I'm crucified.
My mom has stated on Facebook that he is a child molester, he is a pervert, that we sent 8,000 text messages back and forth. That wasn't accurate.
Jordan's mom sent one text the day of Jordan moved in. It starts out, "You belligerent, arrogant pervert. How dare you come to my home, attack a child's belongings, have sex with a child. Your safety is in jeopardy. And please call the police, ASAP. You had better say an extra prayer, you sick child molester. Now you will pay for your perversion and arrogance. I promise."
Well, that was James claiming that the mother of his 18-year-old former student and now live-in lover is starting a smear campaign against him. He says Jordan's mother is lying, so I'm going to talk to Tammy, the mother, myself, and see if we can get to the bottom of what really happened here. I think we really want to get to the truth, so here we go. You've been watching the show up to this point, right?
I have.
Any comments or notes on what you've seen so far?
Well, yeah, he's contended this whole time that he's had no contact with this kid, you know, as a minor. And that's a lie. Those phone records indicate that he pursued her.
Have you talked to her about her relationship with him? Have you said, are you having sex with this man, and if so, what did she say?
They both contended it was platonic, that he was a father figure, that it wasn't sexual of nature. She's had a boyfriend up until a month ago. A 4-year relationship with a boy her age. So I had no indication that this was other than what she said.
When is your earliest indication that it was a romantic relationship?
A romantic?
Wait.
Not.
Did the story just change?
Pretty much, because, let's see, I don't know how recently, anyway, the point is...
No, she just now brought up that boyfriend thing.
I know, but like, that it still could be, he hasn't been with the bitch since, he didn't get with her until after she turned 18, which she's still 18 in the filming of this. But according to this bitch, well, she's had a boyfriend up to a month ago. Okay, so what do you imply? Like, what is she saying that he's? She's saying her daughter's a whore and she's been fucking the boyfriend and this guy since she. Okay, apparently she's been fucking the teacher since she's 14, or being groomed by him since she's 14.
But out the other side of her mouth, oh well, she hadn't been with that guy because she's been with this other boyfriend.
She didn't say he hadn't been with her. She said she's been with her good. It's like she's implying that she's been with both. So either A, she's saying her daughter's fucked both or been with both guys, or B, she's saying, oh well, she's been with her boyfriend, but she's being conditioned by this man. So
would you say there's an inconsistency?
There is, yeah. Let's see what this bitch goes on to say, because I know she's gonna.
until I knew that they'd gone to hotels and actually had sex. I just didn't believe any of it.
And when was that? When did you find out?
That was the morning that she moved out.
Mhm.
I didn't know. I
And
still
what did
didn't
she
believe
tell you then?
that she had sex with him and that it was true and that,
Did she tell you when?
no. She was talking about the hotels, and I said, you stayed in hotels with him? And she said, I did.
This is while she was a student.
This is while she was a student,
But after she was 18.
but after she was 18.
Okay.
It
And
doesn't matter.
what do you think about your daughter's point of view? She says, no, I'm in love. You know your daughter. What do you think?
She's a child. It's a child's perspective. She's in love, and next
No,
week
she's not. She's
she could be in
adult.
love with someone else. I don't think she understands the magnitude of this.
Who is
Are you
my...
saying women are children that literally apparently they can't experience love and that love comes like that and they just automatically switch? That's what it sounds like she's saying to me. I mean, because
Well, how old is this mom, and when did she have kids, and when did she get married and have kids? Exactly.
yeah, but I mean it's like, okay, your daughter's 18, that makes her legally an adult, but you're still saying she's a child, which says something about, you know, women. Apparently, you know, well, she's still a child. Oh, so you're admitting that she's an adult, but she still has the mental capacity of a child? And then it's like how can I don't get how they keep switching back and forth from well, she's an adult, and then she's not, and then she is, and then she's not, and then she is again. And it's like, apparently in this state, it doesn't fucking matter if she was still a student because she was of age. It doesn't fucking matter. Being a dead horse isn't going to change things.
They think it will because they're messed up in the head.
Apparently so. Let's hear that again because that was so funny.
You know your daughter. What do you think?
She's a child. It's a child's perspective. She's in love, and next week she could be in love with someone else. I don't think she understands the magnitude of this.
Who is...
That pretty much is how, like, I guess that's how they see things in their world. Like, I mean, just look at how things are. Okay, you see these poop mouths. They're with the dude who provides for them. But once they see a guy that can provide more, what do? They upgrade. They trade in the old model and get with the new one because he can provide more. And they're gonna, I guess they justify that, but well, I love him, and that just shows you how fast they can experience love. I mean, like, it's like she's giving her free reign by saying that, you know. Well, she doesn't know what love is. She could love another person next week. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and she also said, you know, when it's convenient, she says, well, the girl's a child, and then when it's convenient, well, she's an adult. And, I mean, she just flip-flops and all this shit. The point is, she wants everybody to hate this guy at whatever cost. And, I mean, and the girl's probably got daddy issues anyway. I mean, that's probably why she wants an older guy. And, I mean...
She even admitted, like they said earlier, he was a father figure to me.
Yeah. And, but the point is apparently he's not harming her, and he's been a net benefit to her, and the mom's fucking pissed. And, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe the mom's fucking jealous.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Maybe she's pissed because she's not getting the free apartment and all the free shit.
Well, I was thinking of maybe the mom wished that the girl would bring some guy home that's, you know, that's the girl's age, so then maybe the mom can have access, you know? I mean, you know, shit like that does happen.
Yeah. Well, shit, I don't know.
Well, how about this? My former owner, okay? You know, like, I was in between the age of my former owner and then her mom. You know, I was about 11 years older than my former owner, and then my former owner's mom was about 11 years older than me. Well, you know, they both fucking girl talk and sexually objectify me. Now that happened to me 2.5 years ago. I mean, I know this from fucking experience, where the mom and the daughter both sexually objectified me in conversation and this sort of thing. Oh, and it's all fine because it's, you know, fucking girl power and, you know, all that face you were making just now. Oh my gosh. I mean, but I mean, it's a fact that they will do that. Women are sexual creatures.
Well, yeah, didn't I tell you about obviously this video is not going up on YouTube without being edited, and probably not going to go up on there anyway because we just kind of just been talking about whatever. But I told you about what Kylie did, right? You know, or what Kylie's mom did. Like Kylie had a boyfriend, and he basically here's the patriarchy coming into play, because according to the stories, the boyfriend moved in and took over the household, and made everyone do what he wanted to, even though Kylie's dad lives there, and apparently was okay, you know, like what? No, I highly doubt that if the dad was there, was he gonna let this punk kid fucking tell him what to do and tell everyone else to do? But anyway, fucking the guy's name, I don't even remember his name, but the guy moved in, he knocked Kylie up, and then after he knocked her up, before she had the kid, he, like, eloped with her mom.
Huh. And this happened right here in our small town.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My boo.
That's James Hooker. He was listed in her phone under my boo, so that other students wouldn't realize they were texting back and forth in class.
And your older daughter says that she saw a text message between them in January, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
What did it say?
I'll love you forever. Something to the effect that if I can get away, I don't know if I can text you. And she brought it to my attention. I think there's something going on with Jordan and Mr. Hooker. And I said, I don't think so.
Yeah, I bet.
He's a family man, and I don't think that this is happening.
Now tell me about the promise ring that said "Love Waits" that she was wearing over the summer.
Well, I didn't physically see it. I didn't see it myself, but her boyfriend said that she would take off her promise ring with him and put this ring on. And she said, my nana, my grandma bought it. I called my mom and said, did you send this kid a ring? She said, I didn't send her a ring.
And you think the ring came from him?
I do.
How you know it
You don't know
exists?
that.
I don't know for a fact. I don't
You
know
haven't
for
seen
a
it,
fact.
and you don't know for a fact.
It was a mentionable that I'm finding stuff out daily.
Well, he says that you...
It's like, did you hear about the flying elephants downtown? Well, no, I didn't see them either. But well, they're there. I didn't see them myself, and I you know, I asked other people, they didn't see them either, but they're there. Like, what the fuck? Like, I hate how they make on these shows. They edit them together and make them look like if you don't have brain stem, you're just gonna see this and see what you're gonna see what you want to see.
What they want you to see.
Well, yeah, what they want you to see, but what you want, like people that watch this.
What you buy
into
into and what you're receptive to, right?
Yeah, and like, but if you actually pay attention, it's like you literally don't have any grounds or basis to even think that, because you didn't fucking see it. All you have to go on is her boyfriend's word, and you probably don't fucking trust him anyway. I mean, look at, it's your daughter's boyfriend. Like, you're gonna believe what he says.
I'm gonna start another one, pause.